Good morning, I'm Abheudaya Shrestha, and these are the headlines of the hour. Complaints of financial crimes pile up at police units. Over 13,000 cases of banking fraud reported in just 1 year. Preparations underway for a separate probe bureau. Businesses not purchasing gold from banks as the market has been using smuggled gold. Smuggled gold gives at least 28,000 rupees profit per kilogram. Monitoring remains feeble. New round of talks starts in Doha on a ceasefire and hostage release deal in the Gaza Strip as the number of Palestinians reported killed in the war between Israel and Hamas surpasses 40,000. And Getafe and Athletic Bilbao settle for a 1-1 draw in the inaugural match of La Liga's new season. Real Betis and Girona also share points after a 1-1 draw. Of the many complaints received by Nepal police, the number of financial crimes has been the highest in recent years, highlighting on the complexity of the crime. However, there is a lack of dedicated mechanism to address the particular type of crime. Based on the central data of the Nepal police, complaints of banking fraud have been on the rise in recent time. In the Nepalese fiscal year 2078-79, 46,902 criminal cases were filed, which went up by 59,203 last year. The highest, 13,263 of the cases were related to banking and financial frauds. This, the police say, has added challenges in investigation and highlighted the need for a separate specialized bureau. Some 8 months ago, the Nepal Police Headquarters had corresponded with the Home Ministry demanding for a separate bureau, and preparations are now underway for the same. In the past 1 year, 1,080 have been arrested in banking fraud, while 12,350 have been absconding. It may be recalled that the police had the toughest challenge in tracking the 122 billion rupees transacted online by 2 companies involved in the 60-kilogram gold scandal. The Ministry of Home Affairs has said regulation and directive are being prepared to form a separate bureau for financial crimes. The nature of financial crimes is as such that it requires in-depth investigation, often taking a long time. The police hence required adequate human resource to track down financial transactions and the mechanism involved in the crime. In addition to that, there is a need to make the entity tech-friendly, as many crimes are taking place online. In our Public Voice segment, we had asked people in several provinces what type of measures have they been taking to avoid financial frauds. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
विभिन्न चाहिँ अहिले चाहिँ मान्छेहरु ठगिरहेको अवस्थामा हामीले चाहिँ त्यस्ता उहरु चाहिँ आधिकारिक हो हैन किनभने बैंक तथा वित्तीय संस्थाले दिने कति हो त्यो इन्टरनेटमा पनि खोज्न पाइन्छ इन्ट्रेस्ट रेट कति छ भनेर
हामी आफू कुन संस्थामा कस्तोमा लगानी गर्ने भनेर आफैमा निर्भर हुन पर्यो
मोबाइल बैंकिङ बैंकहरुसँग कारोबार गर्दा फेरि हामीले सावधानीपूर्वक काम गर्नुपर्छ
नचिनेको मान्छेसँग कारोबार नगर्ने चिनेको मान्छेमा विश्वास गरेर चिनेको मान्छेसँग कारोबार गर्ने
पैसा कमाउने दौडमा एकले अर्काले ठग्ने प्रवृत्ति दिन प्रतिदिन बढिरहेको छ त्यसकारण त्यहाँ इन्भल्भ हुनु भन्दा पहिला राम्रोसँग जाँचबुझ गरेर बुझेर मात्र गर्ने
कुनै चिठै काटेको हुँदैन तपाईलाई त्यो यसरी यति पैसा परेको छ भन्ने खालको यस्तो खालको आउँछ मोबाइलमा अनि फोन पनि आउँछ त्यस्तोहरु चाहिँ फेक हुन्छ
आफूले गर्ने काममा चाहिँ जहिले पनि सजग भएर सतर्क भएर चाहिँ काम गर्नुपर्छ
पहिला त आफै शिक्षित हुनु पर्यो आफूले जान्न पर्यो अब यो सबै कुरामा चाहिँ सचेत हुनु पर्यो
कुनै पनि ठाउँमा यस्तो खालको यो छ यो चाहिँ सुविधा पाइदैछ भने के रहेछ वास्तविकता नबुझी त्यो घटनालाई चाहिँ लिएर म आत्तेर हताशमा चाहिँ गएर
यसको निराकरण गर्नेको राज्यले हो यो नेपाली जनताको तलब भत्ता खाएर बसेर जुन ब्युरोक्रेसीले काम गर्दैन
सुशासनमा रहनु पर्यो र अब निकायहरु पनि सुशासित हुनु पर्यो त्यही हो
राज्यसँग मलाई चाहिँ यो कम्पनीले ठग्यो भनेर कानुनी बाटोसम्म जानको लागि चाहिँ आफूसँग प्रमाणहरु पहिल्यै जुटाएर राख्ने
The price of gold has reached a record high at over 150,000 rupees. Businesses have as a result, stopped purchasing gold. However, transactions in the market have remained unchanged, which experts say indicates that the market has been using smuggled gold as monitoring remains feeble. The wedding season of the Nepali month of Ashar has come to an end. However, another wedding season and festivities are fast approaching. As a result, gold transactions have not reduced. Meanwhile, businesses have not purchased gold from banks, raising question on how the supply is being sustained. Banks at the moment have 2 quintals of gold in deposit. Last year, the government had given banks a purchase quota of 7,300 kilograms of gold. However, businesses only purchased around 3,200 kilograms. Smuggled gold gives at least 28,000 rupees profit per kilogram, as 20% customs tax are not paid. This has encouraged illegal supply of the precious yellow metal. It can be recalled, even recently, the police have confiscated illegal gold on several occasions. The price for gold is determined by the international market, which is going up because of the Russia-Ukraine war and the ongoing Cold War between the US and China. If we are to look at the price in neighboring India, a 6% customs is applied on gold, which is 20% for Nepal. This, analysts say, has encouraged smuggling. Nepal receives illegal gold from China, India, and Gulf nations that eventually make it to the gold shops. The Ministry of Health and Population is to set up separate desks for treatment of dengue at federal hospitals. At an interaction yesterday with the mayors of all metropolises and municipalities and health officials of the Kathmandu Valley on curbing dengue infections, Minister for Health and Population Pradeep Paudel said that a separate desk is to be set up for the treatment of dengue patients. Minister Paudel has also identified the need for monitoring the academic institutions, hospitals, vegetable markets, and other public places to curb dengue infections. He went on to add that the federal, provincial, and local governments had to collaborate to increase public awareness. With 3,339 dengue infections, 2 deaths have been reported because of dengue so far this year. Despite the government claim of efforts to curb dengue infection, measures have yet to produce results. It's now time for our segment, Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
Here's the question. Why have campaigns to control dengue not been effective? Your options are A, lack of coordination, B, feeble efforts, and C, lack of awareness. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B, or C, and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. A bus heading to Dipayal from Dhangari met with an accident in Doti early this morning. Police informed that the bus of Shaileshwari Travels met with the accident in Doti's Samuha Gad this morning at around 4. According to local journalist Prakash Bum, 16 passengers were injured in the accident. The injured are receiving treatment at Sujang Hospital in Dipayal. A landslide near Rima in Bheri Municipality 1 has completely obstructed the road under Jajarkot's Bheri Corridor road section. Traffic has been halted on that stretch of the road after the landslide this morning. Through this section of the road, vehicles going to Rukum West as well as Nalgard Municipality of Jajarkot and Barekot Rural Municipality have stopped on the way. Despite efforts by the locals, the road could not be opened to traffic. Likewise, the traffic has been affected due to the landslide near Kharekola, Ward number 4 of Bheri Municipality under the Chinchu Jajarkot road section. Efforts are ongoing to remove the debris on the road section. With the objective of producing fertilizers and biogas by using the waste produced from urban areas, 22 local governments have established plants in private-public partnership. Despite the federal government formulating laws and assigning the responsibility to the province government, working procedures are yet to be formulated by the provinces, because of which the expected consumption of energy produced from such plants have yet to be achieved. Serious questions have been raised on the investment, as the energy produced from such plants are going to waste. 200 million rupees has been invested for a biogas plant by Next Era Energy of Damak Chapa. Despite receiving 52.9 million rupees in aid from the Alternate Energy Promotion Center, the company has not been able to proceed with works because of shortage of funds, and its operators are looking for loans from banks. However, with the banks not convinced with their project, the operators are facing problems. Kankai Birta Arjun Renewable Project, established with joint investment from Kankai Birtamor and Arjundhara municipalities, share a similar plight. Despite the gas produced from the plant being sold to a few hotels, much of the production is going to waste. Representatives of the local government have said that operating the project would be difficult if ownership is not taken by the federal and the provincial governments. Biogas of around 110 million rupees has gone to waste in the period of 2 years. Biogas production has also begun with the objective of management of degradable waste of Itari and Dharan. West End Enviro Management Private Limited assigned the responsibility of management of waste of Itari that can produce 8 tons of gas and 6 tons of organic fertilizers every day. Around 100 cylinders of gas has been produced from the project, which is still in its pilot phase. The plant, which came into operation in Dharan last year, has the capacity of processing 50 tons of waste every day. Full-scale operation of the plant can produce 2,000 kilograms of gas. However, the plant has yet to operate in its full capacity. Everywhere, stakeholders have remained indifferent in promotion of fertilizers and biogas produced by the organic fertilizer and biogas plant established at an investment of 150 million rupees in partnership with the local government, province government, and the World Bank in Karnali province capital, Surkhet. The plant has the capacity of producing 720 kilograms CNG gas and 9 tons of fertilizers. However, the operators have shared grievances regarding the lack of support from the local government in collection of waste and supply to the farmers. The plant of Surkhet, which is to be handed over to the local level after 20 years, is currently producing biogas enough for 200 households, but the gas is being used only by a few vehicles at the moment. Despite announcing plans to make the province organic, Karnali government has failed to promote the organic fertilizer produced from the plant. It's time now for the international updates. The United States says there has been a promising start to the new round of talks in Doha on a ceasefire and hostage release deal in the Gaza Strip, as the number of Palestinians reported killed in the war between Israel and Hamas surpassed 40,000. An agreement is seen as key to stopping the 10-month conflict spiraling into an all-out regional war involving Iran, but expectations of a breakthrough are low. White House spokesperson John Kirby said there remains a lot of work to be done to resolve gaps in the implementation of the framework agreement. Hamas has said it will not participate in the indirect negotiations in Doha for now, although mediators are said to be relaying messages to the armed group's officials based there. It has called for a roadmap based on a proposal outlined by the U.S. President Joe Biden and has accused Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu of adding new conditions, which he has denied. Israeli media report that the country's negotiating team has been given a slightly expanded mandate, while the relatives of hostages still held in Gaza are calling this the last chance to get some of them out alive. The mediators face a number of potential sticking points, including control of land along Gaza's border with Egypt and the return of displaced Palestinian civilians to northern Gaza. The talks were suspended after Hamas's political leader and chief negotiator Ismail Haniyeh was assassinated in Tehran at the end of July last month. Iran has vowed to retaliate against Israel, which has neither confirmed nor denied involvement, raising fears of a wider escalation. The Israeli military launched a campaign in Gaza to destroy Hamas in response to an unprecedented attack on southern Israel on 7th of October, during which about 1,200 people were killed and 251 others were taken hostage. Gaza's Hamas-run health ministry yesterday said that at least 40,005 people had been killed in the territory since then, which the United Nations human rights chief described as a grim milestone for the world. The Israeli military said it had eliminated over 17,000 terrorists. It has also reported that 330 of its troops have been killed since the ground invasion began. Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro has rejected comments from the United States and Brazilian leaders about his country's contested July presidential election. Maduro said on state television that he absolutely rejected that the United States is trying to become Venezuela's electoral authority. Maduro also said the U.S. and Brazil have had contested elections where Venezuela has refrained from involving itself. Yesterday, U.S. President Joe Biden seemingly backed a new election in Venezuela after Brazilian President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva also floated the idea, despite rebuffs from Venezuela's ruling party and its opposition, which both claim victory in the July 28 contest. The new election suggestion is among several from the international community that have no support so far from either Maduro or his opposition coalition opponents. Venezuela's electoral authority proclaimed Maduro won 51% of the vote, but has not divulged full vote tallies. Tallies in possession of the opposition, which it has posted to a public website, show candidate Edmundo Gonzalez received 67% of the vote. Torrential rains swept across Japan's capital, Tokyo, earlier today, ahead of Typhoon Amphel's arrival, causing power blackouts in the middle of a major summer holiday week. Accelerated footage of the Tokyo skyline showed dark clouds rolling above Tokyo Tower and neighboring buildings before heavy rain poured down on the city. Authorities grounded hundreds of flights and advised nearly 10,000 households to evacuate in some areas near Tokyo today. Typhoon Amphel, categorized as very strong by the Japan Meteorological Agency, was situated off the Pacific coast of Japan's main island at 8:50 a.m. local time. The typhoon is expected to head towards the eastern region of Kanto, which includes the capital, this afternoon. That's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.